Hi. Coming at you live in the most desperate of circumstances. I cannot find my ring light. I've literally been, since I moved, obviously, I've literally been staring at my ring light for months and just not using it. And the time when I want to sit down and film a video, my ring light's nowhere to be seen. It's disappeared. It's graduated from the realm that you and I exist on, which is fine. But because of that, I have to take my meds. Already, we're requiring aid and assistance mentally. So I do apologize. That's why the lighting is really, really bad. That's why I have no makeup on. Literally zero preparation apart from the subject matter of this video. So things are very DIY, very informal, but also very cozy. I was struck with the need to make this video. It came from a creative need and raw animalistic desire. So that is what we are doing today. Guys, how are you? Long time, literally 0C. My last video, I believe, was uploaded over a year ago, nearing on 2 years now since it was shot and uploaded, which was in 2023, and we are now in 2025. Jesus Christ. Hi! Are you scratching the box? I really hope you didn't shit in the box. My cat for Christmas got this like very sophisticated toy from Japan that's literally just like a recycled box. It's meant to be like a very practical cat toy, not just like a basic bitch cat toy that's massively produced, because her standards are absolutely through the roof. Have you come to say hello? My goodness, she wants to be a lap cat so badly, but she like doesn't know how to lay in a lap. It's very disconcerting for her. Anything that's not like a solid surface, she gets worried about. Anyway, thank you so much for your time, and she's coming back. We don't scratch the chair. It's 2025. It's 2025. I'm going to be turning 26 this year, which is absolutely crazy considering I have no job and heart-wrenchingly give $20 to my retirement account each month, with it being the emotional equivalent of getting my breast draining tubes pulled out. I didn't intentionally take a YouTube hiatus, which is so funny to call it a hiatus considering I have 70 subscribers on a good month. But I love doing this, and it's not for the analytics or the numbers. It's just fun for me, okay? I didn't intentionally take a hiatus, but there was just so much stuff happening. Like, despite there being maybe one major success in 2024, it still felt like a year where I lived many lifetimes. And even though I just said that I don't care about the numbers or the analytics, I'm still like super grateful to all of you, because despite over a year of silence, there are some of you who are shockingly still subscribed to this shit show. And I want to know why. Just kidding. I will literally ask 0 questions. This year, I subscribed to the official It's Me or the Dog YouTube channel. Sometimes we do things out of animalistic instinct and are just unable to articulate. I'm not here to find the answers.
Daughters Carly and Claire are literally running scared.
Even though I don't necessarily feel like I owe anyone an explanation because I am my own artist, person, and muse, I'm still like eternally grateful for you guys wanting to tune in at all. So I thought it would be fun to do a brief, and I say brief, watch this be like a 40-minute long video, but an attempted brief overview of what I was up to when I wasn't making extraordinarily groundbreaking content for you guys. I'm not gonna make a habit of sharing my personal life regularly on this channel. It's just not something I'm interested in or passionate about. But since I've been gone for over a year, there's actually some content to disclose. Without further ado, grab a snack, take my hand, because we're gonna go through my year. Relationship. So do you guys remember in my last few videos that crush who I kept mentioning, who curved me, but I was still like relentlessly pining for?
I'm gonna be in the pit emotionally. I am still continuing to make content, even though I got curved yesterday by someone I've had a crush on for almost a year.
I'm hoping my crush will fall in love with me and take me on so many dates.
Well, just kidding. Jesus Christ, just kidding. 25, I'm not someone with a salary and benefits. Against all odds, we started a committed relationship in the beginning of last year. And I'm not gonna make you guys barf and harp on it too much because I think one of the keys to success in this for us has been privacy. He's also like an incredibly private person with his own life and career that has absolutely nothing to do with how hot and lovable I am. I will say, it's been an absolute dream come true. Well, it's so rare when something you wanted so badly for so long actually meets your expectations, let alone like exceeds them. And with adventuring outside and trying new things from being in this relationship this past year, it's meant less inside time on screens, which like, I know, I'm sorry, but don't worry, I'm back. The honeymoon phase is over. We've settled into our routines. I'm still gay. I'm still bitter. I'm still riddled with fear. 2025 is going to be my year. Graduation. So in May of 2024, I ended up completing and graduating my master's program. I obtained my MFA in creative writing, which was a very satisfying experience. Not that this is the only way that you have to validate your own work, but something about a certificate with a golden seal just helps the bad self-confidence days run along a little bit smoother. Also, I worked really fucking hard for it, and I'm proud of the work that I did. It's weird to be deemed officially a master of something. Like, officials looked at my story about a little girl taking an alien to McDonald's and said, yes, this exemplifies mastery of the craft. But I'm excited to see what comes from it. I've been working on a debut novel for about a year, and it seems like it's finally gonna get its first draft completed in the fall. So yeah, a huge thing that I'm really looking forward to finally seeing through. And please God, buy my book when it comes out. Support those aspiring writers because honey, it's hard out here. AI is coming for us. Moving. So after 3 years of living in truly the most beautiful apartment in the world, I had to go. Both of my roommates were moving out to pursue school and work, and so it absolutely made no sense for me to stay in a 3-bedroom apartment by myself, as much as that natural lighting cured my depression. Also, my former landlord's son had just completed undergrad at Brown University and was moving into the unit to start a job based in the city, and even if it had been an option, there was no way I was going to be living with a 22-year-old career powerhouse when me at 25 overcoming a challenge entailed going to the grocery store in person instead of ordering on Instacart because I don't have to make small talk with the cashier. Couldn't live in that level of shadow. So I made the decision to live alone in a 1-bedroom that ended up being one of the largest emotional challenges in my 20s. Let me know if you guys want me to make a video on this because I fucking will. People need to be aware of the insanity that is neglectful building management. I discovered that if you are mentally ill, moving into a smaller space will not incite you to be more critical of how much stuff you have and act accordingly on it. It will sometimes just have you living amongst things that you've artificially attached value to. And when you do box stuff off to ship to donation centers and consignment organizations, the boxes will just sit there for weeks because you're unsure if you should really get rid of that youth large Scooby-Doo sweatshirt with the olive oil stains on it, because how will the people know that you like Scooby-Doo? Also, I'll say it with my chest, high ceilings overrated. They trick you into thinking the space is roomier than it is, which is only useful for people who have their priorities straight. I will say, in terms of living alone, I absolutely loved it. Like, even though I'm a messy person who couldn't in this space get on top of the clutter, the fact that no one else was making a mess that I had to clean up after because my apartment is too small to even host anyone was actually quite the refreshing reprieve. Even though I just spent like 5 minutes talking shit about my living situation, it really is a chapter of my life that I'm so grateful for. Like, if anyone is able to live alone for a period of time and wants to experience it, I so recommend it. Getting acquainted with your own company that deeply was such a rewarding learning curve for me, and it left me with the conclusion that even though I'm far from a perfect person, I'm still pretty great. And I've got absolute bars in the shower now that I'm not insecure and worried about my professional singer roommate hearing my artistic shrieks. I am going to be moving again this year. I'm going to be moving in the spring. I'm going to be moving in with my partner, and I'm really looking forward to learning about that dynamic as well. Going from living alone in a space and not really needing to compromise my time within that space versus sharing a home with someone you're romantically involved with. I've never done it before. It's gonna be new for me. I don't know. I'm aware that there's gonna be challenges, but I'm mostly just excited to see how it plays out. And I will be aggressively inquiring about building management as we continue touring. Let me tell you.
Knowledge.
My best friend Sam, who you guys know and love, same I guess, ended up getting married in the spring to her now husband, who you guys also fucking know.
Yes, Rothbart and Wenlock. Man, I get those confused all the time.
They are fresh in your memory from my last video. Be sure to go watch that if you haven't already. Guys, I'm back! I am blessed with the privilege of being one of her bridesmaids. And over the summer, I went to her bridal shower, which was so much fun. It was essentially just a 2-night long sleepover. Like, we played games, we watched Scooby-Doo, we ate pizza. Her husband Greg once again fell into the clutches of gaminghood and made like an original Jeopardy style game, but everyone got to like pick a category to submit. Mine was obviously Scooby-Doo. I obviously dominated the category. Fundamental learning content right next to world history. Like, the only indication that it was any different to the shit we would have been doing in the first grade was we were outwardly drinking red wine. I got to reconnect with people I went to high school with, which is usually never a pleasant experience, but Sam holds on to the good eggs, and she'll be celebrating her marriage this spring with an official wedding, and it's so fucking weird, dude. Like, seeing people you went to high school with on Instagram get married and have kids is surreal enough, but to have one of them be your best friend, I'm beside myself. I'm scandalized. I'm buttoning my blouse up to the chin at this depravity. But aside from the various existential crises that this caused, I'm genuinely so happy for her. Seeing the people you love find happiness for themselves is a sensation you just can't put words to. And the fact that she wants my weird ass and the rest of the freaks in this group to bear witness and celebrate with her is genuinely an honor I can't describe. Gives you hope, despite all the worldly circumstances that are successfully doing otherwise. Concerts and shows. This isn't really like a milestone necessarily, but something I had been wanting to do more at the end of 2023 and actually made it a point to do so was go to concerts and shows. I saw some bomb-ass concerts and shows last year, guys. Like, I'm talking fucking Taylor Swift with Paramore opening, Green Day with the Smashing Pumpkins opening, Sabrina Carpenter, Nothing But Thieves as is tradition, Friday Pilots Club, Laro, and then a new queen that I discovered. I'm late to the game. I love her, Alice Phoebe Lou. And then some truly amazing stand-up and other comedy shows by YouTubers who I either am newly obsessed with or have been obsessed with since 2013, like Curtis Connor and Dan and Phil. It was a year to behold. And in addition to being incredibly thankful that I get to go and attend shows like this, let alone live in a city where I can walk to the majority of the venues, it's also super motivating as a creator to see artists alike showcase their work and feel content in their success. I'm not saying I'm planning on doing a YouTuber tour anytime soon, but like to see these guys' faces light up at the love and support they've earned through their hard work and talent, it has me running to finish a novel chapter. I'll just say that. Mental health. Briefly getting serious. Disclaimer, I'm only talking about this because I feel passionate about this subject and I want to talk about this. I'm of the opinion that if you want to be open about your own experiences and are able to do so, you should. Let's continue to make spaces where it's safe to house discussions like this one. Please and thank you ever so much. But also, like, trigger warning, for sure and absolutely. August marked 10 years since my unaliving attempt, as well as 3 years since my last episode of self-harm. And then this past October marked 10 years since my visit to a psychiatric facility, which was like the most traumatic experience of my life. I would not wish my worst enemy being in a psychiatric facility that was run the way that the one that I went to was run. To have open discussions about this stuff has honestly helped me like so much. It's obviously not for everyone, but I am a very reflective person, and to be able to look back at where I was 10 years ago and then be present now and see amazing things like my best friend get married or my baby sister graduate high school, things that I wasn't necessarily going to be present for if things had gone differently. I don't know, man. It makes you grateful and it makes you proud of yourself for overcoming that shit. That's all I really wanted to say about that. I'm happy to be here. 2025? So what does this mean for 2025? Well, one of the reasons why I'm uploading a YouTube video for the first time in over a year is because I want to get back into it. I genuinely love making these videos so much. It gives me such an endorphins rush. When I'm editing something that I would enjoy watching and will potentially make someone laugh in the future, there's just nothing like it. I don't know. I still love doing it, and I'm proud of the work I do on here. Fucking strangely enough. The podcast. I'm looking at you, Nina. You fucking bitch. We both got swept up in life stuff last year. It's just the way that it is. But we want to resume it. It was such a fun excuse to catch up with each other and have a laugh. And knowing that some of you liked tuning in with us, it's something that we've been talking about and we definitely want to relaunch. My novel! This is so weird to talk about, but this is also part of 2025. We're not going to get embarrassed about talking about creative shit we're working on. I am writing a debut novel. It is a horror novel. It's inspired by a short story I wrote when I was 18 and have since expanded it into a longer form. I got into a 14-slot novel workshop this year that is spanning over 8 fucking months. So if I don't finish this goddamn book by then, I'm walking into the river. You will not be seeing me a moment longer. Fiction writing is my favorite thing in the world to do. It is ultimately something that I aspire to have be my career. I have been professionally writing fiction for 12 years now. It's been my favorite thing to do for 20 years. Yeah, I've got 2 decades of making shit up under my belt. They gave me a master's. I know what I'm doing. Overall, this year is gonna have a lot of change. It's gonna be a lot of work, but I'm really excited about it. And it would be an absolute honor if you'd like to come with me on this journey and tune in when I pop up. Blessings. Thank you so much for watching if you made it to the end. As always, this video was super fun to make. I loved talking about my past. And feel free to give it a like, a comment, subscribe. Let me know what you did in 2024 that was weird and or wonderful, but not illegal, please. I will see you guys sooner than last time. Thanks. Bye.